Hello, happy beaders. Happy Saturday. How are you today? You having a great Saturday? I hope so. We're gonna make some beaded eggs today, or at least we're gonna attempt to. I've done it before with a different pattern that I used to use. Hello, Stacy. Good to see you on here. Fabulous. Yeah, I've done this style before, and in fact I have one of them right here. This one is done on a paper mache egg, and it's a little bit more very fine net stitch sections, which is basically what our Christmas in July ornament was. Hello, Eugenia. So I thought I'd give it an attempt with just using the same kind of beads that we used on our Christmas in July ornament. I'm not going to be using these little dangles, although you could probably come up with a way to dangle those afterwards. Hi, Alina. Welcome. And so I was having a hard time finding the original paper mache. So the paper mache ones were originally brown, and I had to paint it blue before I added all the beads on this one. Did this one a few years ago, and I've done a few others. I've done it on wooden eggs. Usually you can get the paper mache eggs and the wooden eggs at craft fairs, but I thought stores, like the big box stores, but I wanted to see if I could come with maybe an easier route. I found these little eggs on a stick, little egg sticks from the dollar, well, I guess it's $1.25. I 11 Evelyn. No, well, it is, but it isn't. We're going to use this to make eggs instead. So you're going to use that same concept that we did back in the Christmas in July, and we're going to just slightly adapt the pattern. It's going to be actually quite easy to adapt. And we're going to cover these. I'm going to probably take it off of the stick though, because I don't think I want to keep it on the stick. Although, I mean, that might be kind of cute too. If I kept it on the stick and then I could put it in a flower arrangement, that might be cute. Well, maybe I'll keep it on the stick. I don't know. Like this one that I did years ago just kind of sits wherever I put it and just kind of looks cute, or, you know, up there or wherever, right? Put it in a basket on the table or whatever. These ones I could probably put in flower arrangements, so that might be kind of cute with the stick on it. So maybe I will leave it on there. Wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking, oh, I'll just take it off because I'm used to this style. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. So, I also have, we're going to do, look for we got some of these Toho Challenge 2022 kits coming, so that we can share, and I was going to probably use mine to do a loom piece, so I am going to come and do that in another live sometime this month. I will post that event sooner in advance so that you can kind of get prepped for that one, or you know, be ready for that one. I also got I have like this wonderful tray of things that you can't see because I don't want it to fall, of all sorts of tiara cast pieces, because when we ordered a whole bunch for our class last week at the Bead and Design show, I'm going to lower this so that you can see it. Excuse me. So, see, I'm wearing a seashell one, and if you remember from our last live, I was wearing the lunar moth one, but I also got some other charms along the way and some magnet clasps, and so those things are going to get popped up to our Etsy. Yes, absolutely. These could go into flower pots and in a flower I think it'll be really fun. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. So good to see you on here. So I have a lot of fun things to kind of show. In the meantime, so I am going to adopt this Christmas in July ornament. Instructions. There's very minimal adaptation that we're going to be doing just to kind of keep it, make it easy, to make it easy. Hi, Joy. Welcome. So if you haven't already seen the JPEGs of this in the 2 posts that I did, one on our Facebook group that also went onto our group and on our page and in the event page, but also in our group, you can get the PDF. This is in our files section. If you are not part of our group, although I see a lot of names that I think are all in here, but if you're not part of it, I'm going to put the link right here to our Facebook group and ask to join. And once we approve you in, then you can find them in the file. So we're just going to be adapting the Christmas in July ornament. We did this last year, 2021, in July. And so I just thought, you know, we can make this totally springtime if we put it on an egg, right? And so, it'll just be a fun springtime thing. So like I said, I got this little set just at our Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. I think they have to change that now. Of course, you know, they did so good keeping things at $1 for so long. And with everything, I'm not surprised that everything has to go up. So they're just these egg sticks. This is the larger one, so you get 4 for that $1.25, which I think is a really cool deal. But again, you can use anything that you have. If you have the plastic eggs, you could probably you could do it over the plastic eggs. If you want to color them with paint first, and make sure it's one that's good for plastics, you could probably do that. If you have like my original one is on the paper mache. If you want to get the paper mache ones, if you want to get the wooden ones, any kind of egg probably will do, but we're going to be playing with this one. Now these ones are styrofoam, I believe is the base, and has a little bit of a glitter on it, has the stick going through and the bow. So if you want it just to sit on your table, you could just pop those out. But as we discovered as we're talking, I think this would be really awesome, even with the beaded, to stick into like a flower bouquet or a pot or some kind of decor, you know. So I'm going to leave the stick on. I didn't think I was going to, but I am going to. So that'll be fine. But we really don't need those right off the bat. So even if you don't have those yet, you can adapt this to what you end up finding. You can actually start the way I bead these ornaments, which is going to be the same way that I'm going to be doing this as an egg, is really you do all the beadwork first and then you put it on. So you don't even need the thing yet that you're going to put it on. I know they do kind of look like little eggs, but it's actually seashells. I did the seashells to go with the seashells, but it's so egg-like that I thought I should wear it today. So for this, you only need a pair of scissors for your beading thread. I'm using my Zurons, a beading needle. You can use a size 10 needle, a size 11 needle. If you have something thinner like a 12, that would work also. A big eye needle is great too, and I have one off the side here that I will show for those that are curious of what a big eye needle is. I'm going to use a mini bead stopper to hold my beads on to start with, but it's not necessary. Because you do go through your beads pretty quickly. You want some kind of beading thread. I'm using 1G. Oh, I know, it totally does. When you said that, I was like, oh yeah, it does look in the camera. It totally looks like eggs. Now I'm going to be on a hunt for an egg shirt because I think that would be too fun to have. I think I really want that. And then a thread conditioner. I'm going to be using Thread Magic. You can use beadwax or a synthetic beadwax or any kind that you use. I like it. If you don't have anything at home, 2 little hacks that I use when I can't find this, or I'm somewhere where I don't, I forgot to bring it or something. 2 things that kind of work. I usually have chapstick on hand, so I'll use chapstick, and I've used candles. I just usually take the candle, you know, a decorative candle that's sitting, and I pick it up and I do it at the bottom so you don't see the lines, because it will make, the thread will make a line in it. And then, let's see. The materials, so there is a longer list of materials because there is a dagger and a 6mm, well, like only 2 more things, but we're not going to be using the 6mm round that's on here, and we're not going to be using the dagger. Then those in the ornament actually goes at the bottom danglies, because we're going to be sewing these all together. We're going to skip that part, but what we are going to have is 4mm rounds. You can also do a 3mm. I'm pretty sure will work. I'm going to use a 4mm round. In our original, we used a melon shape, and you can use the melon shape. You can also use a fire polish. Just anything that's 4mm should fit right there just fine. I am going to be using the 9mm bugles. I forgot what they're called. Bugle beads. And then size 8 seed beads. So I'm going to be just using 3 beads for this. So let's move this around so we can turn this upside down so that we can show. Oh, and I have a piece of paper towel on hand, because when we go to, we're going to make this flat, and then we're going to zip it up. And when we zip it up, the little, as you can see on page 3 of our instructions at step 11, that paper towel goes there so that you can kind of see your work a little bit better, like cover, you know, so then you can wrap it around and see your work. So I have a piece of paper towel. You can use anything for that. You can use another mat. You can use a piece of paper. You can use whatever you have to make it easier. You don't even have to use it. It just kind of gives you something to be able to use to what are the words? What are the words? Joyce has words. She has words. What are the words? So you can see the work and what beads you want to go into for that part. Oh, hi, Christine. No problem. We haven't even started on the actual egg part yet. We're just kind of talking about stuff. I was talking about how I found these little ones with the stick, which I originally was going to take off those sticks and decide I'm going to leave it on so that I could put it in either a potted plant or a flower bouquet. I'm hoping to do some of our painted calla lilies at some point, and so I think that might be really cute to add in there. I got a set of 4. They come in 4 colors in a set. There's 2 sizes, so get the larger one. That's the one I am using, but you can use just about anything for that. All right, I'm going to flip this camera around. Hello, Emily. Welcome. So we are adapting our Christmas in July pattern. So again, if you haven't gotten this, we did put this in JPEG form in our event page and on our business page, Just Beaded business page. I also have it in our, as a PDF file in our Just Beaded Happy Beaders group, and I'm going to link that again in there. So if you're not part of that click that ask to join, and after I get done with the live, I will get you in there so you can grab it. Unfortunately, I do not have that possibility to do that. I need to get a little more tech savvy and figure out how to do it, but I haven't figured out how to do that while I'm filming. All right, so that's where you can find it. This is what we're adapting. I am going to refer to this when we do the adapting, just so that, which I was going to get a pen for, so that I could write it down for you. Oh, I have a pencil. I have something right here. I have a pencil right here. Oh, it's so nice when I don't clear my table all the way. I cleared my table mostly, and so I didn't think I had anything to write with. Okay, so I will modify mine here so that you can kind of see where I changed it as we do it. Let's get, I got this beautiful color. Does it have a name? Everybody has a different name. These are Toho. These are Toho round, size 8. These ones are called Inside Color Rainbow Light something, because the rest of it did not show up on here. But the thing is, so I get a nice ½ kilo here. The ½ kilo, no, I have a ¼ kilo. I have a ¼ kilo. It's 250. So apparently we got two of, oh no, this is like not even the right sticker. Don't even look at that. That's not the right sticker, I don't think. But anyway, the color number for Toho is 1833, if you like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can totally put it on our mantle. For sure. I'm going to put it somewhere. They're going to be great. So let's open this package and pour some out. You are roughly going to need about 16 grams. I really doubt that it's that much, which is, if you buy these, a lot of times these are done in the 2.5-inch tubes. Sometimes you can do them, some places do them in different numbers, but 2 tubes is what's gonna, 1 tube would give you about 7.5 to 8 grams, and 2 tubes will be enough. 2 tubes actually is more than enough. That's 16 grams is like an overestimate. So even if the tubes are 7.5, you'll have plenty on there. I just poured out a little pile there. You are right. And now the thing is, we might not need all of this, because that is the amount for the ornament, and we might not need it all the way to go around our egg, because our egg is a little slimmer. So we're gonna kind of play with it to figure out how many repeats we have to do in order to get that length. I'm using a 10 millimeter, not a 10 millimeter, a 9 millimeter bugle. This is a Toho bugle also. This color is color 23 that I'm using, which is a Silverline Aquamarine. It is the bugle size number 3, and 9 millimeters. If you don't have those things, you can find a lot of these. Well, I'm not sure what's in stock online. I did not double check what was available before I did this when I grabbed these, but most of these you will be able to find on our jbibeads.com, and if you make a $50 purchase, you get $10 off by using the promo code LOVE10, and I'm going to put this in our comments right now. Use love 10 and get $10 off of your $50 purchase or more, which you can find these kind of beads there if you are interested in those. But these are beads that a lot of people do have on hand, and that is what is fabulous for this project. And you're roughly going to need about 72 of these. About 72 of these. And then I got, instead of the 4mm melons that we are listed in our Christmas and July Ornament cover, I am going to be using these 4mm rounds in this like motley pink and blue color. Thought it looked kind of like egg dyed. So I think this is going to look really cute together. So we'll see, hopefully. And I think I'm going to put this one on the greenish egg that I have here. It's like green aqua. Although it might look really good on the purple one too. Who knows? I have 4, so I have a feeling I'm going to make 4 different colored ones, right? Can't stop at one. So those are the 3 beads that we're going to use. I have my, oh, this is a big eye needle, so I'll show a big eye needle, and I am using probably, let's see, an 11, I think is what's left in my assortment. I have my tulip assorted needles, which is also on our JBIbeads.com. You can find those there, or you can find them on our Etsy. We have those on our Etsy. I don't have these beads on our Etsy as of and then I'm going to use some 1G. I'm going to use this blue, even though this blue isn't really in there. It's kind of in the family. It's not really going to show that much. Hi, Rosalinda. Good to see you on. So you're going to probably need about 3.5 to 4 yards if you were doing the whole ornament. So I am going to I'm going to just cut the same amount, and if I have a lot left over, I will let you know so that you can cut a shorter piece later. But I'm going to just go ahead and do that whole 4 yard. I'm going to do the 4 yards just to be on the safe side. And I'm just doing the quick yard method of using my nose to the end of arm. Actually, I use my opposite shoulder to the end of arm because I sometimes feel like I do a short reach. I don't put my arm out straight all the time. But that gives me enough. And we're going to put some thread conditioner on. I love my thread conditioner. It works, makes it glide right through the beads so nicely. Thank you, Rosalinda. It's nice to be back. And let's get on one end. This is just going to be temporary, and I'm going to go about 8 inches, 10 inches, maybe even a foot down from one end to put my bead stopper. I'm using the mini because I like the way the mini is on the thread versus the regular one. I feel like the regular one sometimes pinches the thread a little bit more, but it does work. And if you don't have that, you don't really need it. It just adds an extra security of not letting the beads slide off on this first part. And I say leave about a 4 to 6 inch tail in my instructions, but I do tend to use I tend to give myself more than that. So this time I did about 8 inches. Now, if you have a big eye needle, these are very or if you've never done a big eye needle, if you have problems threading needles, one nice thing about the big eye needle, it is split down the center. So once you kind of get your fingernail in, and if you can't get your fingernail in, you can use like your awl. Just be very careful, because you don't want to poke into your finger. You want to just kind of poke it in between, and see how you can open it with your awl by just poking it right between those two. Let it be open and slide your thread through. And then one thing that's nice about this is it doesn't matter which side is your working end of your needle. You can slide it to the right, you can slide it to the left, it really doesn't matter. Now, if you're using a beading needle, the way I thread my needle, I actually needle my thread, not thread my needle. And what I mean by that is I'm right-handed, so I have my needle in my right hand, and then I put the thread in my left hand. I pinch the thread and I pull it down to where I can't see it anymore. Like this is where some people goof on this technique, because if you can see that, that means this part is wobbly. But if it's totally pinched in your fingers where you can't see it, it's going to keep that end stiffer. And then you have to have a little bit of faith, a beading faith here. You aim that opening above that slot and you just kind of wiggle back and forth in between your fingers, pushing downwards while you wiggle back and forth, and usually that gets it right in spot. Now occasionally you got to try again, like I just did right now. But it's not so much that you are seeing it, it's more that you're just kind of feeling and doing, and there you go. It went right in. So I did get that on, so I'm going to leave that on. But you can use any of those needles. And I'm going to bring my needle down to a nice big long, because this is a long thread, so I'm going to leave a long tail off of that needle to work on it for a while. Now, on to we're ready. We're ready to get started. So I'm going to move my piles off to the side a little bit. And the first part of it is we're going to thread one of our 4mm beads in the instruction. We call it melons, and then 5 of the seed beads. So I pulling them out. Oop, let's get another one out. We're going to just string 1 4mm and 5 seed beads. It's exactly how the instructions are. I'm going to let that slide down, pull it all the way down until it gets to our little bead stopper here. The next step is to skip the 1 seed bead and go down through the 4 seed beads and the melon. You want to, it's like you're turning in the opposite direction, and we just want to, by leaving that last one, by skipping that one at the very top there, that will keep your beads from totally sliding off. Now I have my finger on top of it so that it just smoothly goes through, and I'm not pulling it all over the place, but that's what you're going to end up with. Just like one round with 5 little seed beads on top. That top one, the holes are going to be kind of cockeyed instead of going straight up and down. The next part is where things are going to get a little different. In step 2, we're going to do almost all of the same that's listed here. The only difference is, instead of saying, it's when we, let's see, where would that be? Okay, so we're gonna put these, the 3 C beads, bugle, 3 C beads, melon, 3 C beads, 1 bugle, 3 C beads, 1 melon, 3 C beads, 1 bugle, 3 C beads, 1 melon. We're not going to put all of this. What we're going to add is 5 seed, and that's it, because we want to mimic the same that we started. So that is, we're going to make a very long trail, and I'm going to do it from, even though it's going to end up, well, I'll do it from this side. So 3 seeds, 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 melon, or your 4 millimeter, 3 seeds, 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 melon. Gonna run out of space. 3 seeds. We're almost there though. 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 melon, or round, and then 5 seed beads. Okay? Wrong way, wrong way. Get it back on there. There we go. So, again, keeping everything there except for that bottom line. We're not doing that bottom line anymore. We're just going to be adding 5 seed beads. And really, this is very adaptable. You can put other things here. You just might have to put, instead of 3, like if you decided on doing, say, a size 11 seed beads instead, you may need to put 5 there, or 4 there to get the same space. Or maybe you want to use a 3 millimeter melon or a 6 millimeter bugle, because those are a little bit more easier to find. I had a bigger stash of 6 millimeters, and I kept the colors that I kept running across. I was like, I want that color, but it's a 6. So I might try to do another adopted one with other beads to kind of show you, but it's just a matter of trying to get about the same length. So if you have to change the size, you might have to add an extra seed bead or take out a seed bead if you go longer. I also had a 12 bugle that I thought would be kind of cool. In an ornament, it wouldn't matter because it just hangs differently. But in the egg, because we're going to want to cover the egg, it kind of depends on the egg that you have. Maybe you find a bigger egg. Let's just show you up close the other one too. But so I have that. That is roughly, you want it slightly longer than your egg. This should work out just because it's, well, it might even be a tad bit long, but I think I'm going to still try to make it work. I think I could still, That might be what we might have to change that ever so slightly, because I forgot about all right, I just decided it right now. We're going to take this off, or we're going to take 2 of these beads off. I think that will do it better. Oh, 3 of those beads. So what I'm doing is looking at where it's landing from, and I'd rather have it a little short than a little. All right, so there we have it. We're adapting it again. Here I thought I was going to be able to use all 5 of those beads, but that's going to make it too long, I think. So we are going to just do 1 bead. So I'm going to go back to here, and it's just going to be a 1 bead instead of all of this. Or actually, no, okay, I need a better eraser. We're gonna keep the 1 seed that it says right here. We're gonna go 1 melon, 1 seed, and then from 1 round on, we're taking those off. And that's gonna work. And you might say, well, Joyce is not even on either side of that egg. And in reality, our egg is not even either. It has a wider bottom and it has a thinner top. So this longer part that we're going to do here is going to fit nicer up here. And then the wider that it will make because of this is going to fit around the bottom better. So it is going to work. You're welcome, Joanne. I am glad to be back, and for the most part, I should be here on Saturdays, unless there is something that I just can't get out of, like a family thing. Those are going to take over, and you know, if I do a bead show, those take the weekend, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. I was hoping to hop on last week, but it was just too busy of a day. My 2 classes at the bead show were really full, and I just couldn't. I didn't have the energy to do it. So sorry, but it's so great to be. I'm so glad to be here too. All right, so what I'm going to do is skip the 1 C bead, and we're going to go up through the 4 right there. Boop. And now I got this little long little thing, and we're going to start doing net stitch up. Oh, absolutely can do that. For sure, Evelyn. For sure. Yeah, blow out the, when you blow out the yolk out, and then you can color them. That'd be so, it would be so cool to use a real one. Next, we're going to do is going to be the same. In step 4, we're doing exactly how step 4 is written, so no adapting there. So it's 3 seeds, 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 4mm. Oop, get that one out. 3 seeds, 1 bugle, and 3 more seeds. So a nice, almost like majority of this, right? 1, 2, 3. The bugle, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4 millimeter. 1, 2, 3, and the bugle. 1, 2, 3 seaweeds. And let those beads slide down, and we are going, these beads that we just put on mirror all of these, and so we're just gonna set them next to each other and grab that 4 millimeter right there. So we're connecting to that base that we made. Okay. Now these are going to make bigger triangles to go around the egg than the one that I teased you with originally. You can get the concept of that, of how that's done if you wanted to give it a try. It's the same technique, it's just a lot more ins and outs. We just kind of, with our ornament, we wanted to kind of make it a little bit quicker so that you can learn it and then you can adopt it to do more and change. You get the basic of the net stitch. All right, so the next step is 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads, 1 4 millimeter, and 5 seed beads. So this is exactly like step 5. There's no adapting. 5 and 6 is all the same, so we're not adapting it at all. And this is where it gets a little tricky. Because it's not as intuitive. Most of the time we feel like, okay, since we connected down here, right, that we should connect these. But we're actually not going to connect these right now. We are going to just skip. We're going to do the same part where we skip the last bead that we added, and then we're going to go through 4 seed beads and the 4 millimeter bead. So we're going to go through these 4, and we're going to make like a little leg at the top. Like that. So now we got like 2 antennas, kind of, right? And it looks funny, but it will make sense as we go. Ah, very pastel for spring, so nice. Okay, the next step is step 7 in the instructions is the same. So we are going to be adding 3 seed beads, a bugle, 3 seed beads, a 4, 3 seed beads. Ooh, oh no, don't get in there. A bugle and 3 seed beads. I'm going to add those. I'm trying to decide what I do next week because I know that there is the great big bead extravaganza going, and our friends Nile Silver Silk is at the time that I would normally be on here. And so I'm thinking I might change next weekend and not do Saturday at 2 because I don't want to conflict with that. And then we'll do it maybe at a different time. I might do it later in the evening after the whole thing, or I might do it earlier before they start, or I just might, yeah, I haven't just, or I was kind of, yeah, I'm playing with that. What are your thoughts? What do you think? I don't want, you know, there's so much going with the Great Bead Extravaganza. I don't want to do it. Of course, I could just go on at 2, and then you can watch it at another time. And then those that are not participating in the Great Bead Extravaganza can enjoy me live, and that's fine too. But, you know, I do always like cheering on Nile, and being that his time schedule is like right in there. That's the part of the reason why I'm like, maybe I'll figure out a different time. Hi, Lois. Thank you. Well, we're slowly getting back into the beading of things. So I just added all of those lovely beads that I laid out, and now I'm going to connect here. So these are all mirroring. Ooh, get on camera, Joyce. This is all mirroring down, and then it's going to connect right here. That's a great way to see where you're connecting. Is we're going to make these little diamonds, and the little 4s are where the 4 millimeters is where the corners of the diamonds are. But we'll try to announce a little sooner. Things got away with us this week. There's some stuff, so we will do a little bit better next week, once I figure out what day. All right, so that connected, and now we have a lower and an upper. So when you're going back down, you're adding the side of the upper diamond, and when you are going upwards, you're making the bottom. So now we're going to be making the bottom tip of the diamond, and this is the this is step 7, and this is where there is a little bit of a difference. In fact, I'm noticing that there's a problem here. If you are doing the Christmas one, this should be a 1. Apparently, so if you decide to actually do Christmas in July, apparently, oh, haha, wrong. Looking at the wrong, we're on step 8. So the difference here that we're going to do, we're going to still do the 3 seed, 1 bugle, 3 seed, 1 melon, 1 seed. We are not adding the 1 round, and we are not adding all of that underneath. So you're just going to cross those out, but we want that 1 seed. So it's the 3 seeds, 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 melon, which is our 4 millimeter, and 1 seed. So we got 3 seeds, 1 bugle, 3 seeds, 1 round, and 1 seed. Just adding, let's see, 7, 8, 9 beads total. let those pull down to the piece. And then we're going to skip that last seed and go through the 4mm. And that makes the bottom tip. And then we're going back, make our way back up. So I'm going to kind of speed it up a teeny bit so we can get more on here, because now we are back to repeating. We are going to be repeating steps 4 through here. So when you look at step 9, you're going to skip only one. You're going to skip one seed, go through the melon or the 4mm. So that's what you're going to do here. You're not going to, you don't have all these beads to skip, but you do need to go up there. So you end up just going through 4 through 9, and you're going to do that until you have about 12 for the ornament, but we're going to see how many we make. So I will let you know where you're going to speed this up a teeny bit, and I'm going to just kind of, instead of laying out each one, I am going to just go for it. Hopefully, I don't know if no one's really doing it with me. You're kind of all watching, so might be doing it after, or you're, but if you're not, if you're, you know, you could follow that instruction, or if you are trying to make it at the same time, just holler at me and we'll see if we can figure out where you're at, right? Because we want to try to get this to a point where we can zip it up and put it around that egg, so we can prove that it works, right? I like to work in my hand, so a lot of times I will pick it up. It makes it go a little faster for me. I feel like I can do it faster. I don't know why, but it does feel that way to me. And so far those look good. I'm gonna do, I think we're gonna do 8 sets and see where it's at 8. This next section is 3 seeds, a bugle, 3 seeds, 1 4mm, and 5 seed beads. So, did anyone do anything fun for April Fools, or see anything? There were some fun advertisements that obviously were jokes, or kind of like, but you almost wanted to believe it. If you didn't know it was April Fools, you might actually go, oh yeah, I would love that. Like one company, didn't they do a bead picker upper, like a magnet to pick up all your beads? Like, that would only work if you had metal beads. But I like the idea. Oh my gosh, I spilled, I didn't realize there was a hole in one of my bags of those big bag, like this one. I didn't realize it wasn't sealed up or taped up, and it started to fall. I was like, ooh, that was close. And I was like thinking, oh, it would have been great if those were metal and I can use a magnet, just like that advertisement I saw. Oh, Cindy, I'm so glad to hear that you're going to try this later. I do, you know, that's the thing about videos. It's really nice. You get to see it, like what it's supposed to look like from your point of view, and you can kind of get a easier, sometimes that's easier to learn. It's hard sometimes to learn off of like a paper or someone just telling you. Also, when there's a video, you get to pause and rewind. Which reminds me, I did update. So now all of 2022 videos are on our YouTube channel now. And so that's great, and I'm getting those other ones transferred over slowly but surely, everything slowly. So if you haven't found us on YouTube yet, since we don't really have much on there anyway, but we're getting all these videos over there, and there is our YouTube channel. You can subscribe there, and then you'll be able to, I've been told it's easier to pause and rewind and fast forward on YouTube versus here after. But this is going to be available to watch as a replay afterwards at any time that you are ready. That's a nice thing about this. Oh, yeah, art beads. I couldn't remember who it was that I saw that. Thank you. Yeah, I would totally love that if that really was a true thing, you know? especially back in the day when I was beading over a shag carpet at my friend Christine's apartment, and I was like, oh my gosh, we just dropped all those seed beads, and I'm never going to find it in the shag carpet. Oh my gosh. No. Couldn't remember who I saw that. I did see that in the morning. I was like, oh, that's funny. I like it. And I, for a brief moment, went, oh. And then I went, oh, no, wait. Today's April 1st. Never mind. Even I know that's not possible. I still wish. All right, so I made my diamond on my upper diamonds, 2 sides, and now I'm ready to do the bottom point, or the start of the bottom point. So that is 3 seed beads, a bugle, 3 seed beads, and a round, and 1 more seed bead. Why did I pick it up? I think that was harder to do. I did the same thing. I kind of totally forgot that, like, what day it was, and I went, oh, that sounds so cool. So cool. And then I was like, yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's because we all want that to actually be true. We've dropped too many beads in our beading lives. All right, so now I'm going to do the 2 sides of the bottom. So that's 3 seed beads, a bugle, 3 seed beads, melon, 3 seed beads, a bugle, and 3 seed beads. I just realized I put them on without talking. So what are you doing while you're watching and listening? Are you making a different beading project? Are you doing a different craft? Are you just enjoying the Saturday time. You know, everybody's from all over, so it might be evening already. It might be or it might be earlier afternoon, or just having a chill afternoon. Maybe you're doing some sketching. Maybe you're doing some crochet or knitting. Maybe you're working and trying to be chill while you're working. I know I could use that sometimes. Have something in the background that's happy. So I'm at the very top now. I'm making my top leg. So I got the 3 seed beads, the bugle, the 3 seed beads, the 4mm, and then I'm going to put 5 seed beads at the top. Gotta remember that it's 5. The only time we got 5 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Fur babies are awesome and great way to spend your afternoon. Just chilling, having lunch, and chilling with the fur babies. Nice. I love it. Thank you for cheering me on. Oh my gosh, yes. Tape, Yolanda. So true. I use tape. Sometimes I will use a lint roller. That works pretty good too sometimes. Depends on the type of floor you have. Our carpets at our old shop were the, you know, very low pile, so lint roller worked really good. Thank you, Yolanda. Seed bead bracelet. Nice. Are you doing a stitching, or are you doing just a straight stringing? So I skipped the 1 bead and went through the 4 seed beads and the 4mm bead. Or doing something like peyote stitch or herringbone. Or are you doing, I love doing seed bead work. It's so fun. The colors that seed beads come in are just amazing. Some colors that I wish that they would come in a larger bead. Like this seed bead right here, it would be amazing to have in a larger bead. And there's something similar, but it's just not the same as those seed bead colors. Yeah. Oh, yes. Wood floor. That will help. Yeah. Tape is great for the wood floor. Yeah. Yeah. I know. It used to be kind of fun. I would make my boys, when they were little, they're too big now. I mean, they're in their 20s now. But when they were little and helped at the shop, they would get on their hands and knees and they would pick up all the little beads that fell for us. And then we'd make them pull out the money, you know, like those crystals and, you know, things like that. And then we decide if we need that color because we just built too much of it and we need it for a project, we'll fish them out. But if it's just like little bits here and there, so we put it all, we kind of sift out any dirt if dirt came up too, because sometimes with the lint roller it does. And then put it in a jar in the window, so you had a little like fun beads in the window. All right, we got 4 on top and 3 on bottom. If you look at that, this is kind of a half one. So we have 3 full ones, 3 full ones, and a half one. We are going to aim to do enough so that it's a half here and a half here. So we got still a little bit to go. This actually stretches quite a bit, but I kind of want it to look kind of full. So I'm going to guess 8 is what I'm going to guess. I might check it at 6. I don't know. So we're going to do the bottom now. So I got 3 seed beads, a bugle, 3 seed beads. I don't know why sometimes I pick them up. It's so weird. It's not my normal. When I'm just doing this myself, I don't pick them up. But when I get on the camera, for some reason I pick them up. It's really funny to me. Right angle weave. Awesome. Nice. Right angle weave is a great stitch. It can get a little like roundabout and like, oh, what direction am I going? But when you get that down, it's such a great stitch. Nice. Well, if you are part of our Heavy Beaders group, you should snap a picture and share what you're working on. I love seeing everyone's projects when we share. There's some beautiful stuff that I see from different people, and it doesn't have to be the project that I'm working on today or in the past. It could be something that you're working on, or even somebody else's pattern. You know, like, so if you got a pattern from somewhere and you got it done, just make sure you shout out where that designer you got it from, just because we want to give their you don't have to like necessarily link that, but you can at least name their name, so that they get credit for their artwork, their hard work of designing it. But it's so fun to see what people are working on, and I love that we could be working on different things from all over the world right now and just be chatting and beading together. So I made my bottom one, and now I got to make my top leg. Or if it's your design, you know, that is awesome too, you know, just, it's so fun. It just, beads and beading together always warms my heart and gives me more faith in the world. All right, now we have, I ended with my 5 after my 4mm, and I'm going to skip the 1 and go back down through. Now I'm going to make the top. Or the top diamond. So I have a whole strand of 50 that the 4mm come either in 50s or 100s depending on who you're getting it from. These are Chuck glass beads. This particular one had 50 on it, and you need, for the ornament, you need 48, but I will let you know what we end. It's going to be less if we're doing only 8 little sections. So I'll let you know what that difference is when we get there. I'm gonna guess it's 36, but I could be wrong. All right, got that leg going through. When you go through these beads at the joint, you want to try to make sure that you are not like your needle needs to, I didn't even go through this before. you want to go like through it. So make sure that you're kind of going up along the top of the hole so that you're not catching that thread that's in there from the previous row, because you don't want to split it and you also don't want to twist around, but sometimes that will happen. So if it's not laying straight, it might be that you either twisted around it or you split it. You know what, 5 might work. It might actually work, but I'm gonna go for 8, I think, because I want this to be not as, like, 5 would work around that. I'm sure, like, if I hold this, it probably would fit around there, but I don't want it to be super open myself. I want it to be a little more closed. So I'm going to aim for 8. So I'm looking for like that kind of look where it's a little bit more tighter. Possibly if I wanted to do it more open like this is, what I should have probably done is left that 5 at the bottom. And so, like, if you like it with it less on there and you want that really open netting, then might have done 5 at the bottom, and that would actually be able to get it down there a little bit further, so it'd work a little easier. Yeah, no, you probably could do it with that. But I'm going to try to get it so that it's a little bit more like that, where it's a little more scooshed in. So I'm going to make it a little fuller, I guess, or more netting. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really liking how the colors are coming out. Like, really loving the color. I'm tempted to see what it looks like on all of them, so I might do, like, if I have more of these, I don't know if I have enough, though. That's the thing. I don't know. I was going to do each one of these eggs in a different color and then not put them together, but, like, I just realized it might look good on all the colors after all. And then it would be really cool to have, like, the same netting on it. But maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I have enough, though, to do. I would have to have at least 2 more strands, I think. But, I don't know. Speaking of 2 more strands, so one of the things that we did at the bead show, for the people that missed that, because you're not local, or were not able to attend, I'm going to probably do some of the same deals on Etsy. We did a 10 for 10 in our strands, and they are kind of like our ones, you know, nothing wrong with the colors. We just might only had a few left, or so not enough to do a kit, or we just, you know, thought, oh, we'll just sell them. I'm going to put some mystery bundles and do them kind of in color, like, so it'd be 10 for 10. They're the 50 bead strands for the 3mm and the 4, and I think 25 for the 6mm, and do kind of like mystery color sets. So, like, we'll do all greens and all purples, or maybe I'll do purples and greens, or, you know, like little combos or something, and just put those. So stay tuned for those. Got a lot to put up on our Etsy. I have a lot of things that I've been pulling and getting ready. So I think our next thing is we have some diamond beads, 2-hole diamond beads. Not the diamond duos, which are the sister cousin of the gem duos, but the diamonds that I used in my bead adventure. I think I used them. I was planning on using them. I might not have used them. Now I gotta remember what I used in there. Anyway, we have some bundles that at discounted that I just took a whole bunch of pictures. So now I gotta list them all so that I can pop them up. Ah. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, so yeah. Here I'm thinking I'm going faster, and now I feel like I'm going slower because I'm dropping beads. So don't go too fast because that's when you drop your beads. But as you see, it's really kind of a nice, relaxing pattern because you're just repeating, and because you're building off of it. It's just you can kind of use your previous parts that you just did, that you finished, as a mirror and follow it, and it works out pretty good. Back at the top, so I'm going to remember that after I put this 4mm bead, I'm putting 5 beads on. Not the 3 that I've been using in the bottoms, or all in the actual net stitch part. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for checking in. Thank you. I think it's going to look really pretty on my little, I'm excited about it. How's your movie with your daddy? I hope you guys, sounds like a fun thing to do together. I said daddy, that's funny. When you grow up with somebody, you know, my dad is dad now, but he was daddy a long time ago, you know. He'll always be. It's nice to have extra parents, you know, known someone for so long that they're family. We got a hint of rain last week. We needed to, or earlier this week. Well, perfect way to have to spend your Saturday. I think if you can, spend your Saturday being sleepy, cozy, and creative. Those are the things that I like to do. It's fun to do a bigger event or you know, go do a festival or a fair, or go, and it's good to get that yard work done or housework done too, but it's really extra super awesome when you can spend your Saturday just being sleepy, cozy, and creative. Whether you're actually being creative or you're just being around creative people. Oh, number 6. Okay, 2 more sections to go, and then we're going to see if it fits around the way I want it to fit around. And then we'll see how to. So I need to end, so technically, this is like where, like, you want to end at the bottom here, because we started at the top. so if I thought that, like, if this was the opening that I wanted around it, if I wanted it to be the bigger opening, then that would probably be, this is where I'd stop. But I'm going to add 2 more sections. So I'm going to go all the way up once and then back down, and then once and then back down. So both directions 2 more times. We're getting close. Getting close. I have 2 loom projects in my head to do this month at some point. One loom project I'm thinking about doing is using the fun beads that are in our Toho Challenge 2022 kit that we are getting to be able to get some. If you are interested, we're going to be putting those up soon, and when I do, we'll make the announcement. And so I'm thinking about using some of those beads in a loom project, but I also accidentally ordered the baby jewel loom instead of the regular jewel loom. And you can use the regular jewel loom for my other project, but that made me go, okay, what can I do with the baby? And I have an idea for a pendant that I'm thinking about doing, like a loom pendant with it, and I think that will be a really fun project with that. But I was like, oh, what is this? This is not what I thought I ordered. Oops. Gotta read. Okay. So I'm remembering to put 5 at the top. Whoops, I got 6. We don't want that 6th one. Skip 1, go down 4. I know this is kind of like watching paint dry probably because it's taking a while, but I appreciate you all joining, you know, continuing in and being here, listening to me or watching me while you're doing what you're doing. It's nice to have that company. And I totally understand if you gotta like pop out or it can't stay the whole time. But we are getting close to zipping it up, aren't we? As you can see, I got I might have to pour out some more. Definitely don't need the full 2 tubes for this. So if you just have 2 tubes, you're gonna have plenty to work with. But I do need, oh no, I have a bunch down there, so I don't need to pour anything out. I just gotta scoop them up to where I can reach them. All right, so I got 7 on the top and 7 at the bottom. Basically 6 full ones and 2 halves, or 1/2. So I just need to go up and down one more time. Let's get some of these beads where I can reach them. This is where I got to remember not to go too fast because I get excited that I'm so close. And this is where I mess up. I will tangle my thread. I will put the wrong count of beads on. I will just whatever possible mess up it happens when I'm getting down to like, I'm almost there. And I gotta remember to breathe and just go at my pace. I'm also thinking that you might only need 2 yards or 3 yards. We're going to find out how much I get to cut off. It's amazing how much thread is left over when you aren't beading the same amount as the ornament. Like, it's a lot less. Using a lot less. Okay, this is where I need to make sure I have 5. See, I almost went haywire again. Yep, breathing is good. Nice, deep, relaxing breaths. No race. Save that for another day. I was going through my stuff and I found the beads that we had from when me and my sister did our little sister challenge. I have my beads left that are left over, and I'm like, oh, we were going to do another one. I wonder if we can still find a day that we could do that. It would be a lot of fun. Technically, this is our anniversary month, April. So, let's see, on the 5th, we will be in business for 19 years. 19 years. Pretty exciting. So I'm hoping to have some fun little things to celebrate. Maybe a little anniversary sale of some fun beads. Maybe some anniversary shenanigan beadwork time. Like get my sister involved, maybe my mom. It'd be hilarious to get my dad involved again. I think it would be so funny, so fun. It'd be great if I could get my boys. They used to help at the shop. Definitely can get Alex, my sister's son, who we used to call the Bead Baby because he was, you know, he was born 7 years into our business. So he was, he's 12 now. And he's taller than almost all of us. The only ones that are, he's not taller than, I think he's the same height as my dad, but my boys are still taller than him. But he's taller than me, his mom. I guess he's not taller than his dad. So he just like shot up, I don't know, like 6-8 inches last summer. And it's just crazy. Alrighty, look at that. We're at the bottom. Me just chatting about weird stuff got us through. Yay. All right, so I think this is going to probably do it. So we're going to lay this here. We're going to kind of go around and we're going to eat. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. That, I don't think I'm going to do anymore. I think I'm going to be very happy with that. So I did a total of 8. I'm counting them as 8. It is 7 full V's at the bottom and 1/2. And the top is 1/2 with 7 full V's at the top with their little long legs. Yeah, 19 years. Oh, thank you, everyone. Yeah, pretty excited. We, you know, there are so many roller coaster rides in that 19 years of our shop. We started with a very small spot, and then we grew and had to find a bigger spot, and then we expanded and did different things. And then a couple years ago, other things happened, and now we're here online. And I'm enjoying, you know, I'm just so happy that we can just kind of roll with it and be, you know, as much as we miss the physical store, it is just really nice that we can even have something bead related. And I love all the new people that I've met. All right, so I rolled up this paper towel. You probably don't need as much as I have here. Because that my piece was that much. I just rolled that up so that I can put this here so that it's easier to see the connecting. Because now we're going to connect this side to this side so that we're making one full little thing. So I'm bringing this over. So I'm going to make sure that that point, the first point on that side is down here with our little halfer up here. In fact, at this point, I can take off my bead stopper. I could have taken this off like a while ago. I'm going to take that off. Ooh, come on. So the only thing is sometimes it doesn't want to balance on here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take the half that's at the bottom, bring it up. And so we're going to fill in spaces now. We're going to fill in, we're going to go from here to here to here to here. So we're all done with the melons, or the 4mm. And we're only using the seed beads and the bugles. So we have one side here, that's then our second side, and then a third side. So we're only putting 3 sides. So it's really going to come up pretty fast here. One, and what each side is 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads. And if you were to look at our instructions, so you can see in step 11, we have the paper down. We pulled up the one side on both sides just like that. And we are going to zip it up doing the same. So this is exactly the same. There's no adjustment at all in this. So you're going to follow step 13 exactly. And that's what it is here. So we got these. You got 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads. What's going on? What's going on with my comments? Okay. And then we are going to go from, since I'm on the right side, I'm going to go over to the left side and go through the next melon or round bead and pull. Yeah, we're going to take off a lot of thread. Oh, that's nice. And that connects there. Now we're going to try to get this back over here. I actually do like having a mat inside because the mat keeps it from rolling as much. But I think the mat might be too big for this anyway. So now we're going to do another 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads. Ooh, I'm cutting it close on the seed beads. I may have to get it into my bag again. 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads. And I'm on the left side now here. And so I'm going to go over to the right side. See how, and just connect, making a line from here to here. And that connected there. And then I have one more section to do. Oh, there's more. There we go. 3 seed beads. Each of these little sides that we're adding is just 3 seed beads, 1 bugle, 3 seed beads. It's the only beads we're adding. And there's no, it's from here to the tip, because see how this one has like one here? We need to go from here to the tip, so it's the melon or the round that's in this tip, and we're just going to go up through that and pull, and voila, we are good and golden. Now it's a matter of, what do you do next? I got this tube. It is kind of like all over the place. Now, this one we're going to have to do a little experimenting together with. I'm going to, we need to sew up the top. So this is the same thing that we would have to do for the ornament. We go up the beads, and then we're adding beads in between to go around. Well, we don't need to make this big old circle. We need to just connect them. And I have a feeling that we can connect them with just to each other. I don't think we will have to add anything. So what that is, so we just followed steps 11 through oh ha 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 15. I forgot that I did this. Whoopsie. We're gonna do something different. I'm gonna put it back in. Now I went up through and connected here, and I could totally do that. Works perfect, fine. But I'm gonna actually back out of it and hopefully not catch anything. If I catch something, I'm gonna have to take my needle off, and that's fine. And I did catch something, but it didn't. All right, so really what we're going to do, instead of going up through that melon, I should have brought that up sooner, I'm sorry. Instead of going up back through that melon first, we're going to tie these together just so that we keep this tension from, that's something that's new. For the longest time when I made ornaments, I would just go through this bead and then work my way up. But then what happens is this sometimes gets, these little legs get loose. So I decided to last July to change my instructions of that and actually tie these together in a little square knot. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to, it's my working thread with my needle and my tail. I'm going to tie these together, and this is going to keep our tension from keeping our beads from opening up and keeping our tension nice and tight. Now you do have to watch, all of a sudden my beads are going into my knot. So let's start that again. I'm going to also cut my thread now that I know that I don't need all this thread. So if you, when you go to do your own, we're going to say that you can, you only need 2.5. No, you could just do it in 2, I think. Well, you could do 2.5. You definitely don't need 3.5 to 4. You could take a whole yard and a half off. So I think about 2.5 is all you really need. You could probably even do it in less. Anyway, let's see if shorter thread will make it so that I can do this knot easier. So we're going to tie the tail that's on the tip and our working threads together in a square knot. And that's going to keep our work from opening up, which will make it easier for when we want to get it around that egg. And I'm just going to do one more because why not? And that will do it. Now I can slide this out. And then I'm going to go up through with my working thread. I'm going to go up through that 4mm and through the 4 seed beads in that in the same direction. And I'm going to go through the tip, that 5th one in the sideways position. And I think these ones at top, I'm going to just connect them without adding any beads. I think that will work out really nicely for this top part. So I'm just going to go from this one over to the very next one. Make sure you don't skip any because it's going to be really loosey-goosey right now. And it's going to want to, one of them might slip down and you don't realize it did. So make sure you truly get the very next one and go through just that top bead. I don't think we're going to have to add anything. And we're going to go to the next one and we're just going to attach them all. If for some reason we need to, if that's not enough, like if it doesn't go around the top very well and we need to add some beads, I'll just take this out and we'll try it out and we'll figure that out together. But I'm pretty confident that this is going to work with just the 8 beads at the top. I'm just going through every single tip bead of those 5, just sewing through them so that they start to gather together. And we had 8 of them, so you could be counting and making sure that you got all 8 of them. So we started out of that 1. And we haven't gotten there yet. Almost there. And then you want to make sure that we finish the circle. So it is this original one where the thread is coming out of it that started the connecting. And we're going to just come from the back side of it and connect that one too. And when we pull, that should make this little ring at the very top. Like that. Get that tail out of the way. It doesn't want to get out of the way. I am going to go through all of these beads one more time just to kind of secure it real quick so that when I put it on the egg it won't just open up, because the weight of it, see how it just opens up really easy. And if I go through some of these beads again, I mean the worst case scenario, take my needle off and then I'll be able to pull it out if I have to adjust this. But I have a feeling really confident that this will work. Of course, when you're really confident, that's when it doesn't work, right? Uh-oh. See, this is where the confidence got me. Don't get yourself caught on your beads. You just got to make sure when you pull the thread that your loops of thread don't catch anything else. Okay, so I just went through the 8 beads at the top. We got that nice and tight. Now we got this little nice little kind of nice little loop at the top. And let's see what happens when we put it on. Oh, we gotta back up the camera. But you can see. Woohoo! It's so fun. Looks good, looks good, looks good. All right. That, my friends, did the top. Perfect. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so now we need to work our thread from the top down to the bottom because we got to sew the bottom up. Now, when we sew the bottom up, we're not going to get the tight little circle. We need to add some beads around it because it is a wider bottom, right? Plus, we got to work around that bow and the stick if we're going to end it. But even so, even when you don't, like if you look at this one, it's a smaller up here and bigger down here. It's wider. You need it to be a little wider for it to go. Also makes it easier for it to stand up if you have a wider one, by the way. So if you wanted it to stand up, it will make it easier. Okay, so I am going to take this. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. Yes, Evelyn. For sure. You can always add a little cuteness at the top. Okay, so I'm going to make... I'm going to go down, 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 down. Just follow these beads. Make my way down. Whoop. Make sure you don't get a loop of thread all the way down. And then I'm going to come out, get through. I'm going to come out of that end seed bead. I am going to place this back on. Oh gosh. Okay, first of all, before I place it on, I want to see what it looks like on all the colors. Okay, so we're going to do yellow first, which is still very pretty, although the yellow is very bright with these colors, but it is very Eastery, so that looks kind of cool, actually. But I might do a different colorway for that. The pink, let's see what it looks like on the pink. Oh, that's fun. That's a lot of fun, too. And the purple. Oh, it's quite lovely in the purple. I might match the purple and the green though, just because, or we'll see. I don't know. We got a lot of fun things we can do with these. All right, so that's going at the top. So we're gonna have that at the top. Now that's gonna be a balancing act. And for the most part, you know what? I might just not. I'm not going to do it on the egg because I think that's going to make it a little too slippery and crazy. So we're going to test it out. My guesstimation is 1 seed bead in between. I'm going to add the 1 and then, yes, it is on, it looks really cool in the purple. So I'm hoping I have more of those beads because I think I want to do another one on the purple because I think that would be really pretty. It is really pretty on that one. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 bead and go from this one to this one. But because I haven't gone, you know, I'm not going to be going through all of it. Basically, I'm going to let it be loose and then I'm going to slip the egg in and then I'll tighten it. And I think that will be just an easier thing to do. We're so close to being done too, so that's exciting. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, I'm pretty sure one's gonna do it. The other thing I could do is like every other, I could do one and then two and then one, because sometimes I feel like two in each spot would actually be way too big. But we'll see. Just make sure you don't skip. It would be very easy to accidentally skip one of these little ends beads. Just make sure you catch each one. All right, so I connected them all. Now I'm going to open that up and let it be loose so it will fit over my egg. That tail, it's like a pain. And now I'm going to cinch. Cinch that up. Oh, that's perfect. So even if I decided to take the bow and the stick off, that one in between seems to be working perfect. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of beading to catch up on, huh? All right, so I am going to now reinforce this loop of beads, and hopefully easily, but we'll see. So I'm just gotta get through all of these beads. Come on, you could do it. You could do it, needle. There you go, needle. You did those ones. Now let's do these ones. Okay, so it's technically 16 beads. So if you wanted to make sure you're doing it, you would count them. But I'm talking, so I'm not counting. We're just gonna hope and pray that I got them all, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting them all. I can't wait. If anyone makes these, please, please, please share in our group or on our Facebook page, even if you're not part of the group. But it would be great if you're part of our group, because we have a fantastic group of people, and I just... it'd be great if... there we go, there we go, there we go. Whoa! Nice, nice, nice. It is making my bow a whoop. Sorry for my get my bow a little kind of cockeyed, but whatever. Oh my gosh, look how adorable that is. I can't get over. You know how sometimes you go, okay, this is going to work. It's going to look great. But then when it actually happens, it's like way better than you even hoped for it to look. I mean, the colors are way better than I hoped. The placement is way better than I hoped. I thought it was going to be great. I thought I was going to be happy with it. But I didn't know I was going to be in love with it. Of course I'm going to be in love. What am I talking about? Okay, anyway, let's get in here and see about now what? Now what? I gotta end my thread. I gotta calm down. Breathe, Joyce. You got this. It's amazing. But you got this. Okay, let's, okay. Oh, now I gotta pull this a little tighter because I don't want that thread. Okay, nice. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, so we got one of the threads decided to, let's get, come on, bow. You don't need to be, oh, I'm going to pick up the bowl. Well, I'll fix that. I'll burn that off later. Watch your bow. These bows, they just getting in the way. Okay, but it looks so cute. So I'm keeping the bow on. Who knew I was going to keep the bow on? When I bought this, I was like, I'm not keeping the bow on. Now I'm like, can't lose my bow. Can't lose it. All right, so I'm going to work my needle up through into the piece, and I know I have one more strand, so I'm excited because I'm going to do this. So I'm going to have one on the purple because it looked really gorgeous on that purple. Although part of me wants to do a more purple one on the purple because I do like the way that this is like color on color in a way. Oh, I'm all over the place. I'm way too excited. Now I'm talking about, my head is spinning with like, what's my next color? I already knew I was going to cover each one of them, but now I'm like, I can't wait. I might have to adapt. The yellow one, I have the perfect bugle in a 6mm, so I might have to adapt that one. And if I adapt that one, I'll let you know what to do for the 6mm. I'll do a post on that, because I think I have the perfect one in a 6mm, not the 9. I'm gonna look at my other stash and see if I have another 9 though, or I might order a 9. I don't know, because I can order from our JVI beads too and get that. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I'm just doing little half hitch knots along the way and just making my way up. Okay, that is done. I'm done. I did about 3 half hitch knots. Also tangled my tail in. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this thread. Yeah, oh, gosh, I think you could just get away with just 2 yards. I think I'm going to try one with just 2 yards and see. And if I have to, I'll add thread, and I don't care. But I think 2 yards is plenty. And if that's the case, I'll post it. If you haven't already started yours, then you can follow that. Okay. And then I just tied on, put the needle on my tail, and I'm doing the same thing, working my way down the piece with half hitch knots to just weave my tail in. Even though I do have that square knot that I originally did with the working thread and the tail together, I'm just doing a couple half hitches anyway. Okay, I guess my needle came off and that's it. Well, I did 2. That's good enough. Okay. Whoosh, whoosh. And I have an egg. I have an egg. I have a beaded egg. Thank you for joining, Christine. I'm so glad you were able to join us for a little bit. Let's see. Oh, yeah. My egg. It is awesome. It is awesome. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera back in a minute. I just wanted to kind of show off some of the stuff that's going to be added in the next couple weeks. We got our Toho challenge that's going to, kits that came that I'm going to put on our Etsy. Thank you, Rosalind. I'm really excited. I can't wait to do more. We got in the beautiful cactus pendants from Tiara Cast in all 3 colors. We did in silver. We got all these other Western themed and this new snake and the new cattle head, which is cool. The Thunderbird is awesome. So these are going up there. I have a mermaid and a seahorse and a sea turtle that are going up. We have our S hooks from Tiara. These are all Tiara Cast, by the way. We went a little splurgy. So we have these in antique gold and antique copper also going up. I love this whimsical toggle from them, and that will be going up. I had a little fun getting some magnets. Oh, all of them together. So we got the newest one from the Celestial line, which is this cute baby-ish one, and they come in these antique silver, antique gold, and antique copper. The larger Lotus one that was one of the originals that I like, and I have this in the antique silver and the antique gold. I just don't know what happened to my silver. And then the 2-hole ones, which will be great for bands. They are fantastically strong. I'm excited to play around with these and adding them into some projects, but also onto our Etsy, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now I did that, so we can go back to looking at our egg. We can look at the egg again. Just so excited about the egg. Anyway, we're flipping around. Let's see if we can flip this again. Oh, I don't know how to flip this. I opened the wrong one. There we go. There we go. I feel like my hair's all whirlwind for some reason. That's funny. I don't know what whirlwind my hair, but oh, we're crooked. I don't know how to get straight. There we go. Look at this. I'm so excited about this. So excited. This colorway would really look great in that vase up there for sure. Oh my gosh, that was good eyes, people, good eyes. Which is kind of the reason, well, I knew that it would look really good on our mantle because it kind of goes with our flow, but I can't wait to do the other colors. Even the bright pink and that purple and the yellow, and put these in stuff. Oh my goodness. I might have to go back to the store and get more because I might have to go crazy. It'd be very easy to paint these into something else and other colors too, I'm sure. Yes, Rosalinda, I got this at the lovely $1.25 tree now, I think. So 4 of these eggs. So you should be able to find, so if you have a Dollar Tree, not the 99-cent store might have something like it too. You might be able to find them somewhere else. But I just was like perusing and went, hey, those worked out pretty good. And they have sticks. And I thought I was going to take out the sticks because originally, like the one that I did, oh, I was going to show this underneath the camera, but you can kind of see. So this is one that I originally did ages ago. This is done with size 11 seed beads and size 8 seed beads, and I did it on a paper mache egg that I colored, and I've done the wood. And so the paper mache eggs and the wooden eggs that I did these on were, I got some at Michael's and I got some at Joann Fabrics. But you have to paint them. Awesome. Yeah. No, these, I mean, that was like the score, and they're already colored, and now I really like it on the stick. I may color the stick though, or I might wrap it with a different ribbon maybe. That might be good. Now I want to be like a wand. This is my wand. Oh, I love it though. How pretty is I'm so crazy. I'm now going to make 50 of these, right? Is that what my brain's telling me? Probably. Anyway, there's like a, you know, but that's like that's where I got these, and I actually now like it better on the stick because I like the idea that, oh, I can pop it into a floral arrangement or a pot or my vase back there. This guy just like sits around sitting on my mantle, you know. And I have a couple of them, so I put them in. Yeah, absolutely. A little fun treat to put in a little bouquet, I think would be really fun. Makes me want to like see what else I can cover, right? If you see something else that, oh, we should try covering, let me know. It would be fun to see what else we can cover. Anyway, I had so much fun doing this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. Apparently, I'm super excited and I can't stand it anymore. It almost makes, oh. It rattles. Oh, you gotta be careful if you have kitties or little babies because they might like this. Oh, I hope so. I cannot wait to see what you make with this. And I was going to do this later, and then I realized it might not give you enough time. So I was like, okay, we're doing it this week after all. And so I'm so super glad that we did, because I can't get over how awesomely cute. I knew it was going to look good, but I am super excited with it. I will see you next time. Thank you for beading with me. Until then, bye. Keep on beading. Oh, sorry. I saw a new. I like that idea. Big hole beads can slide right on there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that idea. All right. Now it's for real. Goodbye. Bye.